So welcome back, everybody, to the Dunes of Sahltur. If anyone would like to volunteer for the recap, that this is a thing that I do, where we recap the last session for who remembers it, regardless of what actually happened.
I have a vague recollection of many things.
Right, well, if you'd like to go ahead and do that for me.
Okay, I can vaguely recollect what happened.
Oh, can you vaguely recollect it correctly?
Ooh, that's, you're asking a lot.
I am, you're right!
Yeah, well, let's see if I can deliver at least half of it correctly. It'll all be there. Might just not be correct. So,
Oh no!
so we're all on this train, right? Going down the tracks. I'm just there petting my giga chillers. It's fancy noble couple. They don't like that I love animals. They ain't no prize winning show animals, no, but sometimes you just got to love an animal for being an animal. And pulling my house, the wagon. We all live in the wagon, see? Other things are going on in the train there. Penelope got a gun off a very drunk man. A shiny gun. Set it into a disco ball briefly before hiding it under the floorboards in the wagon. Meanwhile, a nice quick feather is up on the roof of the train, talking to a lad. Came up, concerned that there was men on the train, literally on it. They had a nice little heart-to-heart. Then they came inside. A lot of other things happened. Discrimination against tieflings, because people don't know how to mind their own damn business. Made an offhanded comment that the seafood might have gone off. Turned some rich pompous man off his food. Some other things happened.
I'm sorry. You just the fact that the accent is doing the thing where it goes higher than you mean for it to go.
I don't mean for it to go higher. It just keeps going. The more I talk, the more it's going to get up like this, right? And it's supposed to be down like here.
Yeah.
I'm blanking a little bit on details following these events.
I mean,
There was a
most of it was just shenanigans, really.
Theo does not enjoy his job, or at least does not enjoy the people he works for and the bullshit he has to put up with.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Oh, and at the rich people's request, he was ordered to keep an eye on us while we had lunch in our own home in the storage cart.
What can I say? People are twats.
Yeah, well, the rich not liking the poor. Guess meat's back on the menu, boys. Eat the rich.
Well, they're going to be tastier, not as gamey.
Maybe.
Better marbling.
Exactly.
It can't be cannibalism if they're not tieflings. I'm a tiefling, It's...
Yeah, very strictly speaking, it's not cannibalism. It's just frowned upon culturally.
Well, yeah, but if it's good enough for lizard folk, it's good enough for anybody, right?
Everything's good enough for lizard folk, though.
Including
Except for laziness.
folk.
Including cannibalism, so,
That's true. Food-wise, yes.
Yeah.
But they do not suffer laziness.
I will say that we about left off with, Andrew, go ahead and take an inspiration.
Oh, hell yeah. I feel quite inspired.
You inspired me.
Yep.
Oh, you inspire me too.
I will say that we left off with Valik having a conversation with Quinns about how the weirdness of the goings on aboard the train. To which he seemed. Also, the discussion of the various megafauna that may or may not exist on the on the out in the salt lowlands. And as he's heading off, Valik,
Yes, sir.
you had just we're just sitting there, kind of relaxing as the ride has gone on, and made a certain eye contact with one of the other guards.
Oh, we were having a full-on fucking stare down.
Yeah, they're just... He's giving you this real long... As he's kind of re-shouldering his rifle. Back around his shoulder. At the other end of the train, letting Quinns back through. Both him and then as your eyes kind of slide over, his companion too. Both of them seemingly... It's hard to tell, because they're both wearing, high collars, right? High collars and masks that kind of come up and cover the lower half of the face. One of them looks a little too blue to be completely human. The other one looks, might be an elf, might be a human, you're not sure. Both about, 5 to 6 feet tall. Big, kind of bulkier armor than Quinns has. Doesn't look quite as patchwork. As the blue fella, is kind of giving you the stare down. His more human-looking companion, the long, kind of greasy-looking black hair, just kind of smacks his shoulder a little bit, gets his attention, and kind of breaks the stare down. And,
They're getting ready for a takedown.
And what? There was a half orc in the cart with me, right?
Yeah, there is a half orc in the cart.
And they don't discriminate against the half orc?
They did not appear to.
That's interesting.
They only hate the devil people.
Yeah, kind of understand that,
So I just set Quinn to do a quick little round around the noble cart, right? So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on them, keep an eye on the orc guy, waiting for Quinn to come back so I can finish my conversation with him.
About 15 to 20 minutes later, he comes back. He comes back with his fingers just kind of wrapped around the grip of his revolver. Excuse me. Kind of wrapped around the grip of his revolver, slowly making his way back to his previous seat and just... Well, I went looking around and... Looks like they increased security around the safe storage. Put 2 more guys in there.
Safe storage. What's that? Do I know what that is?
He mentioned it last time that so the train has about 10 to 15 cars on it, give or take. And there's the dining car, there's a couple passenger cars, there's the staff car and all that. There's a regular storage car for luggage, right? But then there's another and you notice this getting on is that all of those cars are real nice painted green with gold trim on the outside, made to look real nice on the outside. But there's one there's one up near the front that you know what he's talking about. It is looks like just a black iron block on wheels.
This is the one that he was telling Penny about that I wasn't there for, right?
Right.
Okay. So, what's this? I'm asking, what's the safe car?
Well, see, this here is a private train, right? It's a private train, and the conductor just kind of works it as just he's been working on it for a couple of years now, but back a couple many things past, he had this here big ugly sumbitch put in the front of it. This big, you've seen it, that big iron eyesore up at the front, supposed to be for secure secure things being moved. Things that like money, probably just more money. Big guns, like I was saying, they moved that in cannons that one time. Can't really think of anything more than like guns or money or maybe some rich folks' personal possessions that he wants to pay an obscene amount of money to have moved.
Okay.
Normally there's about 4, 5 guys in there. It's about 8 right now.
It's doesn't seem right. This keeps getting weirder and weirder.
So, if I'm understanding, what we're talking about is
Where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, I don't think you were in the cart at this point. Feel free to walk.
where was I then?
I think you were in the wagon.
Yeah, I think the rest of us were still back at the wagon.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
want to
okay.
have chosen this moment to come in.
Honestly, I thought I was there. It's okay.
Scare the shit out of my guy.
I was about to say, do you want to just walk in like real quiet at that moment?
Sure, why not?
And roll me a stealth.
Stealth. Let me see here.
We might actually be able to see the stealth rolls this time. A 20. About 5 minutes before this conversation started, Quick Feather, here's the thing. The wagon is not... It gets pretty hot under the sun. Even like just the air gets like... It's a dry heat, but it's still heat. And the wagon helps a little bit of it, but not... But at the point at this point of the day, it's still a little stifling. So you kind of remember that the dining car and the lounge has a little bit of a nice
Little cooler.
You kind of enter back in weirdly quiet as you kind of just enter. You've been like listening behind, kind of taking up a seat on one of the benches next to them, kind of curling up a little bit on the other side of one of these red curtains opposite the windows. And it's not like an intentional hiding. Maybe at first, but then you notice these two. It's like, why not? Why not? Just take a seat opposite them. You've heard most of the conversation.
Okay.
At that point, Quinns launches out of his chair. Just, what? Oh, shit. Fuck.
You should really check before you start talking about stuff that maybe you don't want other ears to hear, to see if there's anyone there.
Looks at Valik, looks at you, looks over at the half orc.
I think it's less that not you not hearing this and more just showing up out of nowhere and not just, hey, I'm here, guys. I'm gonna come join my friends at the table.
I wasn't trying to be quiet. I'm surprised you didn't hear me.
Well, guess I was thinking here quick. I don't know if you want to join. I was gonna ask Quinn here if he wants to take me to the conductor here, and maybe I can be an additional security, help him out here, and take me under his wing.
That sounds like a grand idea.
Sure, I suppose.
You show me how to navigate the threats inside the train here, and I'll take care of you if one of those big sandworms show up.
All right, look, if you wanted to go talk to the conductor, I'll just walk you up there, like.
Yeah, but I might need your recommendation to actually, land the job.
You look at Quinns. I'm gonna roll something here real quick. Oops. There you are. Roll a thing right quick. And wow, he got higher than I thought he would. There is a very long. There's a moment where he's narrows his eyes looking at you, and then, oh, all right, well sure, I'll go put in a good word. Y'all want to follow me? Whoever wants to go along with the impromptu interview.
Sure.
I'm in.
Half-orc is just kind of he's trying to not stare at you, but he just kind of sees the top of the glasses over the top of his newspaper as he's just pulls it back up to go continue reading it. Just,
It sighs at us.
he's sighing at you. Just couldn't he gives a little sigh as he's just kind of what?
Is he the conductor?
If it would be funnier, sure. But no. He just kind of was reminds me of my old days. Back when I was one of them, right? Back when I was one of the riders of the Pringles. Grumbling to himself as he's reading. And
Nice.
you kind of start. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, do I hear him grumbling about this?
He's grumbling a little bit under his breath.
I'll ask if he wants to join us. It's good exercise.
Oh,
Some adventure, some excitement.
Excuse me, son.
Want to come join us on this adventure here? We're gonna go be some security.
Sure, I'll go join you once I can haul this bum leg out the seat. He just stares at you. Y'all go on and enjoy y'all's adventure. I think I'll catch up.
I'm just gonna tip my hat. Have a good day then, sir.
Y'all have a good day. How to be young again. Goes back to his newspaper with a little chortle. Making your way through back into the passenger car. Back into the first couple passenger cars. Again, they are nice, carpeted, frosted glass windows on all the compartments. Various sounds of merrymaking that are being done in private, or just low conversation, or in some cases snoring. You pass a particular lavatory in which you could just hear, "Nah, I say, let me on out of here. You let me on out of here. This door is locked from the... It's jammed." You look at the lock and realize it locks from the inside. And passing on by right quick as he says, "I hear footsteps." Passing on forward, going through the various the cabins with Quinn's not really meeting anyone, kind of just nodding politely as he's taking you two up with him, but also just kind of cowering a little because the other guys. Well, whereas you get the impression that Quinn's isn't necessarily super green, but he's also kind of meek. Everyone else in the cabins that you're passing through, all the other guards, just stone-faced acknowledge that he's acknowledging them, a quick tip of the head, a quick tip of the head forward, but all of them have this very professional kind of endeavor to them. This professional sort of air about them that doesn't really match up with anything you've seen on Quinns. Eventually, you pass through to the... you do eventually pass through into a dark metal sort of cabin or car, completely unlike anything else that's on the train. It is dingy, it's blocky, and this one is heavily guarded. About 9 men in here in total, with one real biggin, just kind of like standing, like kind of seemingly sitting in front of the locked door. Just kind of like slowly, just kind of like drawing like a finger across the knuckles of this giant metal like ball on one of his hands. Black coat, high collar, bald head, just kind of like looking at you. And like you notice, like as he like turns, greenish kind of skin with like these yellowed eyes kind of poking out from underneath it, from the top of over it. Just kind of like as you're walking by, just head following you a little too long. The air in here, like you can actively kind of see Quinn move through this area quick.
Can I do a perception as we're walking through to see if I can see what's in this car?
Yeah, sure.
And as we've been walking through, I've been trying to, since we're walking between the cars, to check the couplings and the weaknesses of the couplings and such.
Roll me a investigation.
Investigation. Let's see here. I know I've got it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Shit. All right. So, what was remind me what the perception was for?
I'm just trying to look around and see if I can figure out what's actually in this car.
So behind him, right, in this big blocky, very dimly lit kind of thing, behind all of them, you can see there's what looks like just like a double doored gate with all sorts of strange clockwork contraptions and things on the one side of it that you can see facing you. Now, you get the impression that there is light because it's not like floor to ceiling, because you can see there's a little bit of light leaking out from underneath it. And you can kind of hear as the train rocks like a swinging lantern from behind it. In addition to like the ones mounted in the ceiling here. This one is, and like I said, this one's very, it's very austere compared to the other cars. It's just wood. It's solid wood floors with metal rivets driven through it, like slate black, like what looks like bank deposit boxes in the walls, with like little keys in them, with like little keys in some of them, other ones no keys, and all of these, you know, and you manned by a small platoon of men in here. One of them who is mean mugging the shit out of you.
Define small.
I would say
how many men is small?
Nine people, including the biggin.
Okay.
How big is this biggin?
Sitting, he's 5 feet. He's a biggin.
So obviously a car that was built to take a beating and keep on ticking. Does it say Timex somewhere?
It's like scribbled in the floor with like a knife.
He's a Nokia.
Oh, one of their names is Nokia now.
Oh no. We'll never be able to kill that one.
I mean, other than that, you'd have to like stop in this car to actually look around. So,
You can do it on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing forward. Quinn's apologizing over the wind rushing by for the fact that they have to go around the coal car. Saying he doesn't really understand why they didn't build a covered walkway for this. Kind of half screaming a little bit. Eventually,
Because the nobles won't come out here to talk to him.
I've been bugging him all day.
They won't walk around the coal car. That's beneath them.
Well, they certainly have been. Look, you can see where somebody lost a necklace. He like points. He points at like a grate, and there's like a single like pearl that got caught in the grate flooring, just kind of like dangling there.
Pick it up, put it in my pocket.
Cool. And Quinn says this looked like I should have fucking grabbed it, and he just turns and keeps fucking going. And eventually, you come up to a point where there is a much smaller car directly behind the main engine. What are passive perceptions?
15.
13.
15. What was the other one?
13.
Okay. The 15's enough. 15 is enough to kind of hear over the engine. Valik. For you, it's like the wind's in your ears. It's fucking with the feathers. So it's kind of hard to hear. You're trying to like adjust it, but like you can hear, just kind of just dimly over it, just like over this roar, just this like this very heavily like with this dwarvish accent, just. No, I know what I said concerning the deal, but I don't feel that this cut is right. I don't. No, I understand. I understand that, but I was given assurances that this would be quick and clean. That it would be a bunch of wealthy idiots on the train on the way to some ball. And like, as you're walking forward, as Quinn goes to like open the door, you like grab his hand to get most of that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to finish before we knock.
Fine, same percentages as last, same percentage. But this will be. Unless we up the percentage next time, I will not be running this for you again. All right, we're agreed. You hear like a chair creaking in protest from the inside, and like sound of like boots landing on a table, like the of somebody like lighting a match, and the smell of cigar smoke kind of drifting through the through the door before it's immediately whisked away by the motion of the train.
All right. Once it sounds like he's done talking, we'll go ahead and I'll let Quinn knock on the door.
Yep. Nice and safe now.
Quinn, looking between you, just kind of sir? Just from inside, just hear. Fuck. What? What is it? I was wondering, if we... I'm mixing my accents up. I was wondering, we got two people here wanted to do an impromptu interview for security for the train. Fuck, what? Kind of boots hitting the floor, grumbling, door opens. There is, inside, it's a tiny little office and bedroom. There's like a little table in the middle with just some papers, inkwell, bed in the far corner, a conductor's cap, a closet door that's open to reveal a couple of just white shirts, boots, pants, a pistol, kind of hanging on a belt, cavalry saber like hanging next to it. A couple of little bits and bobs kind of hanging up here, hanging up there. A coat looks like some kind of disassembled little clock of some description. The floor's got like an old weathered moth-eaten carpet on the bottom of it that probably at one point was green, but just getting tread on and just wear and tear on like a rough wood floor of kind of torn a couple holes in it that he probably hasn't bothered to fix at this point. And the dwarf, and it's a dwarvish gentleman, white, gray, kind of bushy hair, like bushy beard that kind of ends in like these gold caps on either end, like a mustache that ends in the same thing. Shorter white hair, kind of like gruff sort of expression as he kind of looks up, cigar in his fingers as he's just like, "What do you mean they want to apply for a security position?"
I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory.
We want a job.
What was that, Ron?
Was that a dog?
Oh, SWAT.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I figured it out. Okay.
Yeah, see?
And
Told you were smart.
yeah, sometimes. And as anyway, the he kind of just looks at you like, "What? I mean, lad, the train's already started. I mean, you look like strapping young man, but I'm afraid all our positions are full."
I'll work on commission. So why don't you let us in? We can talk about some things here and see if you're interested. I'm gonna look at Quinn and
I mean,
tell him.
He scares the shit out of me.
Well, Quinn, I need you to do something for me here.
What's going on?
You know the other two we're traveling with, the pretty gal that you got the hots for, and Galen.
He just goes to like fucking bright red. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a gold piece. I'm like, I'll give you 1 gold if you go and get them and bring them here. I'll give you another if you can get them here in 3 minutes.
Well, shit. And he's just like, all right, timer starts on gold.
Oh.
We have to delay him by 4 minutes.
He waits and like he like holds a hand up to like grab the gold piece. Grabs it, gone. Just running through the train at Mach 20.
I hope that guy stays locked in the bathroom. Otherwise, he's getting hurt.
Oh, do you mind if we come in, sir, and have a quick discussion? You look a little tired. I think we can help you out here.
He just has this expression of, fine, come on in. And he just holds the door open. I've only got the one kick-out chair, I'm afraid. That don't really entertain much in here.
Oh, that's all right. I can just sit on the floor. I'm a simple one.
Fair enough.
And I prefer to stand.
Good. Can I get you anything? Whiskey, I think I've got some wine around here still.
A hard whiskey sounds good. I take my hat off as I go in.
Isn't the hat armored too?
It is now.
Literally just cowboy full plate.
That's what I thought it was. So like you go to hang it up on one of the wall hooks, it's just ding. And
Adds extra effect if I headbutt someone.
Sure. And it's just like ding. Like he kind of stares at it like on the inside. Shakes his head and just goes back to like pouring 2 glasses of whiskey from like a cabinet behind you and just puts it down. And if there's anything in particular that no, god damn it, fucking up my accents again. If there's anything when you, Mr. Didn't quite get your names.
Name's Valik. I'm gonna extend my hand out.
He shakes it. Valik.
Quick.
And quick.
I just take
Oh,
my
no.
hand out also.
Quinn can't bring Galen. He left.
Oh no. And
Money lost.
Solzman just disconnects. So it just goes back there. He sees Galen just diving off the train. I hate enough.
Oh,
Crashed.
what was his name again? I didn't catch it.
He didn't give his name yet.
Oh, sorry.
He was just well, quick, lovely to meet you. He like holds his hand out for a shake.
Sticks his hand out for him.
And you kind of like looks at the presumably feathered hand coming out
With claws.
with claws and just looks at the both of you, shakes it very uncertainly. So, what can I do for you, gentlemen? It's all smiles. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Just as I'm just ignoring what he said, just good old Southern, not in a hurry to get to the point. Just like to ask him how he's doing, how the train's been going so far.
I'm terribly sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Uthgarter Chains.
Who's got her?
And so things have been going alright. Business has been a bit slow as of late. Unfortunately, Brotherhood have been making the rounds rather difficult, as it were. But, rain nor shine, I will deliver the goods as they are. Up to and including the fine people of this train, of which, of course, we always need security.
Yeah. Man of discipline and worth taking his job serious. Good character.
I try, well, I do try. Yes, these are dangerous times. CUS isn't really giving me a whole terrible amount of money to operate this thing on, especially Matterwin. And Penelope walks into the room.
That was a misclick, guys. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I did not mean to. Got butterfingers. I was excited. Sorry.
Just comes in and just shit yourself and then leaves again really quick.
Oh no. It's
That would be the
Dominic.
best use of
Oh, man.
suggestion.
And he's just basically going on about how hard it is lately, saying that Matterwin Company and the CUS really aren't providing him enough money to run these kind of routes and hire the security he would like. The Brotherhood are a very dangerous lot, and that they've been hitting the area between St. Karam and Broken Tree pretty heavily. And once he's out of the mines, he'll be much more at ease. And his words, I'm I've got the whiskey. I've got a little bit of the whiskey shakes. Right now.
I'm unfortunately all too familiar with the Brotherhood, but that's another story for another day.
I'm sorry for your loss, which is why we're always hiring for good security.
Just a minute ago, you seemed a little perplexed as to why would people want to? Like you didn't need it. Now all of a sudden you're hiring, huh?
We might be. Unfortunately, this is more of a long-term job. The lads in the next train, they'll be on for a bit. And, fortunately, Mr. Quinn and the other newer hire, Theo, he's going to be this is a one-way stop for them. Quick payout, you know, that their type. They get their money, they bugger off. these lads are the other lads are in it for the long haul. You know, be with me for a while. At least one more circuit around the country.
That's good.
So
Reliable?
fairly. I did.
Trustworthy?
I mean, as trustworthy as anyone that has a gun can be.
So not trustworthy.
You know too well. Still, the money's good. They stay loyal.
That's how
Very loyal.
more money is offered.
Yes,
You know.
I suppose. What, you're gonna buy him out from under me?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. That's not me. But you know,
That's
there's
not
a
neighborly.
you know, it looks like there's a cart of mighty importance right there that they're guarding.
Aye, yes, that is. We did have a commission to move some rather important and sentimental objects of a particular one of them topsiders, you know, probably his baby toys. We would pay a certain sum of money to move those with a little bit of quietness. I suppose it would hurt his reputation if it was told that he was moving wee playthings from his childhood.
Well, now you've got my curiosity.
Mine too, believe me.
So you don't even know what you're transporting, huh?
I just told you.
Plaything is rather vague.
I don't know what the rich and powerful play with in their spare time. And especially when they're
Slaves.
babies. Wait, what was that?
Slaves.
Yeah.
Oh no, I do not. No, I don't traffic in I don't traffic in flesh.
Well, you just said you didn't know what the cargo was.
I was informed that it's a plaything. That was when it was a wealthy old man's plaything. Nothing more. Nothing
Again.
less.
Could be a slave. You don't know.
Well, we'll split hairs. I'm just buying time, by the way.
Yeah. Rome, because so cutting away from that, Theo.
Yep.
You're kind of just sitting out back. It's hot as balls. At this point, the people inside this wagon aren't fucking doing much. And, like, they're just kind of, like, shooting the shit like normal fucking people. Doesn't seem to be anything weird. It's frustrating, to say the least. And you kind of just see, like, a door, like, the door to the animal wagon just bang open. And Quinns is full tilt sprinting, slips a little bit on some Gigachilla shit, does a fucking baseball slide, like, onto the other wagon, and just, like, fuck, like, scrambles up.
Just gonna poke my head out the wagon.
You're here.
Where's the fire, mate?
You got Tai Flang. You're the one. Hey, you were here, that one man in the shiny armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He paid me to come get you. He's up talking to the conductor.
Oh,
All right then. That's a bit weird.
You and the young.
Oh, we're both invited. All right. Hey, Penny.
She's asleep.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
See, I told you she was asleep.
Yes, I heard. I mean, I don't think there's any way I could have not heard with how loud he's being. So I think we should head on up there.
yeah. They say something about wanting jobs. And
I like
And
money. Yeah.
the one
Right.
And he's gonna share a look with, like, try and catch Galen's eyes and be like, a job, like, you know, like, hey, we know what this means. Like, come on.
Yeah, he knows. Suppose we can entertain that.
I think a conversation is definitely in order.
Now, do we have to
So-
sprint to get there too?
I would
I'm
Wait,
definitely not.
I would prefer it.
I'm not running.
Okay, well then
I'm not.
I'll see you there. And
Okay.
actually, he stops.
I think we need an escort.
He kind of just stops, looks at you, and says, "You're real pretty." It's just
Well, why don't you walk with me then?
yeah.
We can
just
chat.
one, Theo.
Well, seeing as how I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on them and they're going up there again, I might as well fucking follow too. Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
He's a dipshit that used to work with in the military. Every time something went funky, we always just say his name because it was usually his fault.
Well, it's funny. Back in, I used to know a guy. He was a carpenter.
No.
Make a lot
Well,
of
we
coffee
should probably
tables.
go because it seemed like a little bit of a hurry.
Yeah, it's you just gonna head on right on through is where we gonna head, and I'll be right with you. Just kind of leans over to Theo like something's wrong.
And just give him a nod and
Something's real wrong. Them failures all came up asking for jobs right after he pointed out that we got something about the cargo.
well, that's there's not many people that know what we're bringing up.
I don't even know what we're bringing up. What are we bringing up?
Well, besides what some of the rich people are, hauling with their own stuff, there's a large payment of gold.
Your shit.
No.
Shit. I was just getting ready to speak to her. Damn. All right, well, we'll do our jobs. Just
What's he talking about?
security information. That's information that is to be shared with myself and security staff. I believe.
I just realized I don't think I ever caught your name. Would you? What was it again?
Quinns, ma'am. Immediate
Quinns.
snap to attention. Just proper, super proper etiquette, for what you would imagine what a boy who's playing soldier would imagine a soldier would do.
And
Okay,
Theo will kind of nudge him in the ribs as soon as he snaps to.
What?
So, you're not in the fucking military, and she ain't an officer. Calm down.
It's
I think it's charming. Quinns, I can't imagine how difficult it must be to be stuck on trains like this all the time. It must be so god awful boring. And she's gonna just slip her arm through his, loop arms, and just start walking.
and he's fucking just giddy. Just It's just he's just googly eyes. Theo, you lost him. He's
I guess as they just walk off towards the conductor's office,
Yeah.
just look at Theo. Like, I guess we're walking together then.
I guess so. Good on Quince. At least he's made a new friend.
Yeah. Make a nice little couple of that, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely sweet on the, on the redhead. It's just a question on is she playing him or not.
He's a simple lad. Probably have fun either way.
True. He'll have to learn the hard way sometime.
Yeah, don't they all? Just casually saunter along.
Mm-hmm.
back into the thing. Back in the conductor's office. And for the rest of you, right? Again, he once again passes through a mostly empty dining car. passes through a mostly empty dining car, and as Penelope and Quinns get up to the second passenger car, a bathroom door opens on the left, and Penelope, a certain feeling of dread and recognition, as a disheveled dragonborn finally has discovered that all he had to do was turn the goddamn lock and let himself out. Where is she? Oh, wow, when I find that young lady, and as he like, excuse me, officer, and like, Quinns just, shoves him back in there and closes the door again and keeps walking. It's just, I'm gonna have your badge number, and just keeps going. Just, yeah, anyway, I like chicken fritters. You get a sense real quick that this dude is like, homeboy is like the simplest kind of country bumpkin, just trying to do right by mama.
Mm-hmm.
And no ambition of doing better than just making mama proud.
Yeah.
Like as
Penny.
Yeah.
She definitely leans into it. Like she talks about her papa on the ranch and how her, her little brothers and sisters were helping out with the animals, and how she grew up learning how to, she helped her daddy, shoot the foxes to make sure that none of them attacked. Like very just like small town leans into the like, oh, I totally get you and understand. And just as they're walking, like she's going to talk, and like if he looks over at her, she's going to make eye contact. But the second his eyes leave her, she's looking around to try and clock like details, like seeing how many people are around, if anything is weird.
Yeah. Roll me a, I would say perception.
Okay.
Right? Easy enough. Like, first thing, well, the dining car is mostly empty at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's one half-orc fella reading a newspaper, just kind of like leaning back in his seat, reading a newspaper, and then walk by, you kind of hear him just. I say charge, man, charge. Just out of it, right? You do, and like you go through the dining car, through the passenger cars, through the store. As you're going forward, notice two things. There's not one guard on the whole of the train. Not one. Like, there's staff that might be moving through cleaning, or there might be the odd passenger kind of like lets himself around you. But for the most part, the train is empty, with most of the conversation seemingly moved into the passenger cars. There's no security anywhere.
Okay.
That's normal.
The second thing that you notice as you're moving through, and Theo, you clock that without me having to roll for that. You already know what the security detail is supposed to be on the train. Two men at the front and back of every car. Of every car that's going to have any kind of like any amount of real people in or out of it. Maybe one would be missing off to go take a lunch break or something, or maybe someone's just out having a cigarette or loafing around. But that's to be expected. You'd always see at least two people in every car. Not one soul. Not one member of the security team. Anywhere.
Hey, Quinns.
Yeah?
When you ran past, were there people watching the doors?
One. No, wait, that was one of them other fellers the conductor hired.
Eyes up. Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah. like with this almost just like just defeated sighs, he looks at Penny. I do apologize, but I do believe I'm about to have me a job to do.
Oh, don't apologize to me. I'm just thankful that you're here to keep us safe. So whatever you need to do, I'll be here waiting to chat with you afterwards.
Just kind of, I do appreciate that, miss. And he just has this most just dejected, like,
Me without my waiters.
I don't mean to pry, but if shit goes sideways, can you two defend yourselves?
Oh, yeah.
I think I can handle myself. Yes.
Oh, I can knock a few skulls together if I have to.
All right. Just have a feeling as we're getting close to the security car that things are going to get interesting.
If that's the case, I got one very important question for you.
Yeah.
Those windows, are they bulletproof?
Are they?
no. Very much not bulletproof.
Not in the slightest.
Ah, perfect. It's any trouble, just toss a man right out there. He won't be catching back up on foot, eh?
As you're making your way back through, Quinn's now, like, putting himself in front of Penny as he's going through doors first. He's not quite drawing his gun, but his hand doesn't leave his gun. As he moves through, no security, no security, no security. Finally gets to what you know is the secure storage car. All right? 2 guards on the outside of it. 2 guards on the outside of it. 2 patrolling on the outside of it as well, along the walkways around it. Kind of see you walking up. Give an acknowledgement. They don't stop you.
The reason you guys aren't covering the rest of the train?
Kind of look between each other and just, well, I mean, Captain, I do believe most of them nobles over there done fall asleep. If they are, most of the trouble they gonna get up to is a little bit of shouting.
Really?
What if one of them has a heart attack and there's no security there to help them?
Or someone just going in their rooms and slitting their throats while they sleep?
You think something would happen like that?
Who knows? I mean, no one's there to watch them. I've got to watch these guys per my orders.
Too right. Now listen, we've all been given our orders. You want to talk to the conductor? He's just up over this way. I had a couple of rough-looking types up there with him right now.
Is this man deflecting? Does this man seem like he has nefarious intentions?
Roll an insight.
Oh my god, the curse.
Oh no.
It's not, come on, it's fine.
It follows.
Something is weird in the way he's so casual about just being like, he's kind of just standing down from his post. Like, there's no check needed to see that he's acting real flippant for somebody who's basically not doing his job and getting caught doing it.
Would I be able to get a sense of...
Sure.
Hell yeah.
This is the part where someone else asks if they can roll insights.
17.
Galen? There isn't... You don't really deal with military types or any type of organized armed forces at any point.
But workers on shift, I do.
But you've dealt with people that are working on shift. This is not a man working on shift. He's doing his best to physically look relaxed, but you notice that the hand never quite leaves the barrel of the rifle that's kind of strapped to his back. And his eyes don't ever leave any one of you for like longer than a second. He looks relaxed. He is tensed. Like there is something very off here.
Now, if you're so certain nothing's gonna happen, why so uptight? You're more scared than a Giga Chiller at a buffet.
I'm just doing my job, sir. Making sure nobody gets to the goods.
Galen, I just realized we didn't even tell them about what we heard earlier. I'm going to turn to the guy who looks like the really weird looking guy that looks probably like the biggest dude, maybe the guy in charge.
Well, that man's inside.
He's in the cart?
He's in the cart at this point. You're kind of having this conversation like a little bit shouting over the wind.
Okay. She's gonna use her last sorcery point and she's gonna subtle spell suggestion. And she's just gonna call out to that guy specifically and say, you know, I think I heard something going on in the last cart of the train. I think you really should go check that out.
Me.
And I need it's a wisdom check or a wisdom saving throw, sorry.
Let me look here.
Oh my god, my hands are like shaking. This is oh my god.
My roommate cackling in the background is so helpful for that.
There, that'll help.
Okay. I'll roll for it. Yeah, it's about what
There's gnolls on the train. We hear them laughing.
Now, I'll say that you can get a view inside of what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
What is what's the save?
15.
You catch a brief glimpse. The briefest sort of glimpse of like this hulking monstrosity of a man. Just like sitting there like on a stool. Like looking out at the rest of you, and there's just a sense of like there's a very clear sense of them, of everybody on this train and everyone here has a sense that something is going down right now. Everyone has the sense. Like, see that man stand up. Begin a slow, plodding, bends down to come out of the entrance.
You're big one, aren't you?
He is a...
How tall is he standing? I know he's 5 foot sitting.
He's like 10 feet standing.
Oh,
He's
Jesus
a big
Christ.
motherfucker.
that boy ate his broccoli.
And like you see,
Drink
like
lots of
now that you
milk.
see him in more detail, he's in like a full like black coat with like a tattered like mantle over the front, over like the shoulder, or a tattered drape over the shoulders.
Is this Mr. X?
Big like metal gauntlets on the one, big metal gauntlet on the one hand, and like the big like war fist on the other one. And again, it's a bald kind of green head, little yellow eyes. You can only assume an orc, maybe, or a very big goblin. And as Jesus Christ, Solston. And as he's kind of like takes a step forward, there's just a on the grating, What was the suggestion?
I think I heard something in the last train car. I would go check it out and stand watch, just to be sure, at least for a bit.
Kind of looks between the other 4 of them. Look, the other 4 guys that are outside, and you see the yellow eyes glaze over. Just looks at the other 2, and oh, this is gonna mess up the recording if I do this, but there's just like this deep, resonant, rumbling voice that almost sounds a little bit metallic coming out of the throat, is just, "You 4 with me." And like the 4 guys on the outside of this just shocked expressions. "Boss, that's not what the conductor ordered us to." And just with one hand grabs that guy by the shoulder and dangles him over the edge of the train.
Oh, my stars.
"Get on it, boy." And just takes him, shoves him past the rest of you, and just, as the other 3 kind of go with him, looking backwards. Back of the train is empty at this point. There's nobody on the outside of it now at this point.
Quick question. As we were traveling through the cars, remember I was taking observations. Do the doors lock between cars?
They do lock. They lock on the inside.
I don't think a locked door is going to stop that man. At least not for long.
Stop? No.
Slow
Slow him down long enough so that he makes a
Delay,
lot of
yes.
noise? Yes.
X going to give it to you.
I'll give it to you that, yeah, no, the doors lock on the inside of the train cars. As the rest of you are basically, you're left to your devices. We cut now back. What's the plan here for the rest of you?
Well, who are we left with in this cart?
I mean,
like when we go in, is there anyone left, or did they all clear out?
There's still another 8 guys in here
Oh, Jesus.
that are all looking at you as you're in here, just kind of like,
Why are they here?
security.
Do I recognize them as all being security?
You recognize all of them as being security, but roll me a perception or investigation, either one.
All right.
Actually, investigation. Investigation makes more sense here. Oh, fucking Jesus. So as you're looking at these guys and you're like matching each individual face, you start to pick out some of these faces belong on some of the quieter members of the quieter passengers and a couple of the regular staff. And also with a 23 investigation on a nat 20, Christ. You pick one of the, so they're all wearing, and like underneath their basic like armor or like stuff to keep the salt out, they're all wearing some assortment of black with black armor, right? All with as much skin as they can possibly have covered. And there is on one of them has like a rifleman's glove on, right? That seems to have like the first like 3 knuckles exposed, and then the first 3 knuckles exposed on one hand, and you can't see the full thing, but there is a mark of there's a pair of crossed revolvers with a skull that has been shot through the head. And that is a very well-known Brotherhood tattoo.
All right. Well, we got to go meet up with your friends by the conductors. Let's
Yes,
get
you
on
do.
moving.
I do suggest that, Mr. Theo, that you rejoin your friends at the back of the train to finish the captain's report.
They're actually with the conductor at the moment, so I'm gonna go scoop them up,
Thank you.
and we'll be right back.
After these messages.
Bum, 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 ba-dum.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. And I'll say that as you all move through, you emerge on the other side.
Yeah. When we're out of earshot, like in the next train, are there any guards at all, or is it just back there?
In the next car, it's like the grate between the conductor's office and the secure train. And as the last one of you leaves that secure hold, there's just a like a bolt being pulled into place on the other side.
Just when I'm sure the people who just locked us out of the rest of the train can't hear us anymore, I'll kind of look to Theo and the others, and they're playing no role in that, aren't they?
Oh, they're. How do you feel about the Brotherhood? Because I spotted a tattoo on one of them.
I mean, can't say I've had much dealings with them. Heard of them, seen them around maybe, but you know, heard some of them might be right pricks.
Well, I'm not much of a fan either, and as much as I'd like to see my sister's gold get stolen, I'm rather it go into my pocket than theirs.
No, you don't think go ahead.
I know we just met, but I think that given that that gentleman is not currently on that train, we need to do everything in our power to get back into that car and, disconnect the rest of the train. If I think we want to avoid, first of all, that gold getting stolen, and second of all, a fight breaking out, because I think that no matter what happens, that's probably where things are heading at this point.
Oh, I have just the thing. You guys get your friends. I'll be right back. And is there a way to climb up to the roof of the car?
Yeah, absolutely. While that's happening, Valik.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going on back and forth with him about the fact that he's hired quote unquote mercenary guards and nothing stopping him from just taking the more money in the car and robbing them blind. Just, like, that's probably what they will walk into.
Take the pay, take the gold.
But it's one of those, it's like, I'm like kind of, like, I'm not having a serious, it's kind of like that what if, like, debate type of thing.
Yeah.
Until the rest of the party get there. So once they walk in, then
roll me an intimidation.
okay. I wasn't trying to intimidate him, but I'm good at my nines.
He is kind of like, well, no, I am on that bind to deliver the cargo. It basically becomes him repeating the line, he's delivering the cargo, he's delivering the cargo, he's delivering the cargo. And rain nor
For one group or another.
Right, rain nor shine. Right, that's what he's doing.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
I'm waiting specifically for the rest to get there before I take my next.
I'm gonna give this one to you. That as you're With a 15 passive perception, this guy has just eyes on you. You kind of catch a glance of Galen out the window, like climbing to the top of the secure car.
I'm not climbing, it's Theo.
Sorry, you catch Galen. Well, Galen, you're next to him. Like you're.
Yeah,
in
but I'm
that-
going towards the conductor car, yeah.
He's also bright red
Yeah.
and tall.
The point is, Galen's an easy sight. You see, like him have a quick word with the, this elf guard from earlier that you've kind of seen around, and that guy starts climbing on top of the secure car, and you see them like both outside.
Is the conductor, is he looking nervous at all, or?
Roll me an insight. He is, his face, very genial, very cooperative, but his fingers have just been like... And he's like, his eyes are like flicking over to like a particular corner of his room, like underneath.
Which corner?
So his eyes keep flicking over to like a corner, just behind your head, quick, in the upper left corner.
Okay.
Once I see Galen, I'm gonna call him in, and I'm gonna stand up as I'm calling him in. Like, oh, good, you're here, Galen. Come on in.
G'day. Hey, there's a job
Oh,
here.
he's-
Is it?
Coming in, that's when I look up to where he was looking to check out what he was looking at.
Perception.
See here, where is that?
So here, there's work.
So I'm just gonna like hold up my hand for a second and like kind of signal for you and Penny to come in. And
Penny will walk in, but as she does, she's gonna just. Oh, I guess. Okay, question, DM. When I use the message cantrip, do I speak out loud what I am?
You are gonna whisper out loud.
Okay.
What you're gonna say. So if you're gonna
Would I
message
be able-
somebody,
Yeah. Could I do that before going into like when I'm still out, like crossing over where it's windy and loud and hard to hear me, or
you can still do that. You have eyes on them through the window. I will say
Okay.
that as you kind of turn around quick, that corner that he's looking in, it's
Mhm.
just an empty top of his dresser.
No, it's not. I just didn't see what it is he's looking at. Okay.
so Penny, as soon as she gets eyes on Valik, is gonna cast message and just things are going to shit, and she's gonna walk in and she's gonna look very calm, but hoping her message got across, and so she's gonna make eye contact to make sure.
as soon as you get in and the door's shut and I stand up, put my hat on. So see here, sir, I have no doubt in my mind someone's gonna be robbing this train here. None of your guards are acting right. You have all of your guards all up in that one cart, and I don't know. I'm just getting a feeling here. I've been walking these dunes longer than most people have been alive. So the only question I have for you is, what side are you on?
How much are you making?
And let me tell you right now, if you happen to be a part of the Brotherhood, no begging's going to help you.
I don't.
Now's a good time to be honest.
I haven't. God damn it!
A lot of accents.
I know, right? I've not the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Is there a table in the room, like between us or anything, or?
Yeah.
So you're not concerned.
there's a
I'm gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna just fucking kick it as hard as I can and tell him, quit your fucking shit. I heard you talking to someone, making some goddamn deal before we rolled up in here. So you can either tell us or you cannot tell us, and we can sort this out ourselves.
Then you have to take it out on the table.
Table.
Table will be fucking fine, Galen.
It's fine. But yeah, your men back there, they're fixing to rob that train. So they're doing it right now.
He just immediately tries to get out from behind. Go need athletics, not to kick the table over, to get a pin on him with this table. There's no
Jesus.
there's no fucking one boot, pin him to his own bed. You hear something crack as he hits the bed, and he's like, fuck. Fucking gods.
Now I'm about to whoop somebody's ass here, son. Is it gonna be yours or someone else's?
And he's just kind of looking up with just real actual fear for the first time since you've had this conversation, actual not trying to hide his fear, just help me. That's legit.
Well, shit.
He's 100%. He's 100% though. He knows the jig is up, and that's real. No, he's not fucking around.
I'm gonna let the table off of him. And be like, I need you to be real honest, real quick here, because I have a feeling shit's about to go down now.
Oh, it's already going down back there.
The fan is spinning.
I don't.
Quicker.
I don't know what you're talking
Yes, you do.
about. And I don't have the foggiest what it is you're talking about.
Quinn, you still here, boss?
Quinn is just in here. Quinn has this look on his face of just.
Is he still staring at the corner?
His eyes keep flicking over to that corner.
I'm gonna
go to the corner and really look.
Go give me another perception.
While you're doing that, just
I missed the corner.
I was gonna
I'm
say
the wrong corner.
Advantage.
oh, just while he's looking in the corner, just Galen's just looking at the conductor like, I don't know how you don't understand what we're saying. I'm saying your men back there, they're robbing the train right now. I don't know what there is to not understand.
We're gonna make this. We're gonna make this real easy, Galen. We're running out of time. Here, help me tie him up real quick.
All right.
Quinn,
You're either in on it or you're incompetent.
we're gonna tie him up. We're gonna straight up hog tie this motherfucker. Quinn, this guy does anything, anyone comes in, shoot him. And I'm gonna hold up a platinum. If you have to do anything, I'll put it in my pocket.
And he's just no, I don't understand. I've told you everything.
You should have gone to school then, mate.
Well, you should have told us everything quicker. Now we're dealing with it, and we'll sort out where you fall on the line after.
As he's just, no, you fucking idiot, they're listening.
I point to the corner that he keeps looking into. Shrug my shoulders.
Well,
You know what? Galen's just gonna punch the air above the dresser then, if that's where he keeps looking, and Quick's making a motion like that he's looking at something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Punch it.
And
Punch the air.
You immediately slam a fist into the wall right at that
Yeah.
point. And there's a screech and a burst of sudden burst of black powder over the room. As something vaguely bat-shaped just fucking explodes.
Well, that's never happened before.
No wonder I couldn't see it.
well,
Would you look at that? Guess my fists are explosive. That's
Gentlemen.
accent.
lady, I think time is of the essence here.
I agree.
And as that that little puff of black powder lands along the floor, there is a quite. I'm gonna need everyone to give me a dex save.
Shit.
That's in his office.
Oh no. All right. Ooh. I have advantage.
Okay. Which would be Valik. Oh, there's the dex save. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun while it lasted.
What?
All right. Wow.
Nice. Nice. Good
Wowie
low rolls.
fucking
Hell yeah. I
wowie.
punched it so good I dispersed whatever the fuck this explosion's gonna be.
Yeah, there's a just from overhead, you kind of see like from like overhead. There's like a brief moment where you kind of hear something, boom, 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 ching, and like in like the furnace slot where he would turn on a furnace on a cold night. You hear and look over, and there's just an alarm clock with like a stick of dynamite attached to it.
Oh shit.
Classic.
The next, Galen, you have enough time to go, fuck. Like, have a reaction, dive backwards. Valik tries, armor slows him down. This guy screams. Quinns turns around and looks at Penny and goes, "You a real party." And
No. No.
you were real pretty. Even underneath the disguise.
God, he's not so dumb after all.
And
Penny's so sad. Oh my god.
Like, I'm gonna double check something here on him because I think
He's got enough HP to survive a small explosion, right?
It's 10.
It's
He
only
should be
10 damage
fine.
on yeah.
He should be fine.
the world goes white as an explosion rocks your ears. And to those of you that made the save, you take half of that.
What was the safe number?
Yeah.
15.
Thank you.
Oh man.
What did you roll, by the way?
13.
13?
What kind of damage?
Fire.
Oh, I'm resistant.
So you're also just like mildly burned. It hurts, but you're fine. You look up. Quinns is thrown out of the cabin. Valik, you're thrown back against the iron. So is Penny. Back into the iron cabin. So is Penny. Everyone is kind of just tossed against this iron thing, taking 10 fire damage. And where there was once a conductor and a conductor's cabin, there is just red mist and crumpled wood. Pair of boots lying on the ground, half hogtied.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone, look alive. Sheets hit the fan.
As you
Don't think he's a problem anymore.
As from the inside of the wagon, there's just a, oh, fuck shit. And then you look into the sky, Mr. Quickfeather,
Mm-hmm.
and looking up, those birds you saw earlier dipping down real low,
Right.
bats. Gigantic bats ridden by men in black coats, aiming rifles, one of them armored. And I think that's a good point to take a 15-minute.
Jesus
Oh my.
Christ. Oh my god. Oh my stars. This is not.
Oh my.
Flying enemies with ranged weapons, and I have a fist.
It's okay, guys. I have Bell Sniper and Eldritch